Hello, and welcome back to Not Just Another Fat Girl. This is your resident fat girl, Kristen. And today I wanted to talk to you guys about a very common, I don't want to call it an issue, but something that the majority of us curvy girls tend to come up against, I think. And that is dating someone who is thinner than you. 99% of the guys that I talk to, see, date, whatever you want to call it, are thinner than me because, well, frankly, I'm an extra curvy gal. So it doesn't take much to be smaller than me. I have been with somebody who is bigger than me because, I don't discriminate like that. My ex-husband weighed significantly more than me. Um, but dating this time around, the majority of the guys are a lot smaller than me. And I think what comes along with that is not so much an issue of attraction, because I am definitely attracted to those guys. But I think for a lot of women, especially if you aren't at the point where you love yourself 100% and where you are confident in who you are, you come up against an insecurity issue. And okay, so just in general, I think we need to stop idealizing sexy based on CW shows and mainstream romance novels. The bottom line is, he doesn't need to be able to lift you up in order to give it to you good. Period. You don't need to wear his shirt the morning after or walk around in his boxers with them rolled over a bunch of times at your waist to pull off a cute moment, or to be sexy in his eyes. And you don't need to be self-conscious about it either. If he is with you, clearly he likes you as you are. If he's sticking around, clearly he's sticking around for a reason. And while it's easy to assume it's for the sex, let me tell you, no sex is good enough long term to ignore everything else, period. So if he is sticking around, it is for a reason, and I guarantee you, he doesn't care that you can't wear his shirts, that you can't wear his boxers. Actually, reversely, he's probably happy about it. My ex hated when I wore his stuff. So, to each their own there. But outside of that, if he is with you, if he's seeing you, if he's dating you, heck, even if you're at the very beginning stages and you guys are just talking, he already knows you're fat. He already knows that there will likely be certain limitations at times with activities you do. I'm sure he doesn't exactly envision himself hoisting all of you, pushing you up against the wall and giving it to you good that way. There are plenty of other ways to do something similar to that, but most guys don't envision themselves hulking out with you. Because there are so many other ways to give it to you good without doing that. Outside of that, like for, say, activities, I know with certain things there are weight restrictions, weight limits, like with zip lining. A lot of those have a 250-pound weight limit. But that is something that he could encounter with any woman, not necessarily because of the weight limit, but I know plenty of women who call me a crazy white girl because I want to go bungee jumping off of a bridge, because I would be willing to go skydiving, because I want to go zip lining. So that is not exclusively a fat girl concession that he is going to be making with you. As well, eating with him should not be awkward. It should never be awkward, period. Like, eating in general should never, ever, ever be an awkward thing, because we are all human and we all have to eat. And trust me, guys subconsciously, they are cavemen. And cavemen enjoyed, taking care of their woman. They enjoyed knowing that what they caught, what they captured, what they killed, what they whatever, and fed to their woman basically was going to sustain them, was going to maintain them enough to allow them to thrive during all of the events, activities that they had planned later. And I think it would be the same thing with your guy, you know, at least if it's the same guy. Even if it's not, heck, you should never, ever, ever feel awkward about eating in front of somebody. Because we all have to do it. There's not one person on this earth who can get away with not eating. Not one. So don't feel funky funk about that. You know, and I think the bottom line of this video, period, is that there is no ideal relationship. There is no ideal couple. There's no one size fits all when it comes to beauty, to desire, to any component of attraction. What one male finds sexy, the other can find repulsive. And it works the same way with us women too. What I find sexy, another woman finds repulsive sometimes. I am a rare breed in that I have never, ever, ever found Brad Pitt or George Clooney sexy. And trust me when I say I've shocked many in saying so, but yeah. The single universal piece of beauty, though, that 99% of men and women respond to, though, is confidence. So no matter who you're seeing, dating, having sex with, whatever, carry yourself with confidence. So what if you can't wear his shirt? So what if you can't do certain activities? So what if you eat more or less than him? If he's sticking around, I guarantee you that those things don't bother him. And they certainly shouldn't bother you. Point blank, period. So, yeah. It doesn't matter what size they are. And frankly, it doesn't matter what size you are. Love is blind. Love is love. If you like someone, you like someone. And the finer details really just won't matter at that point. They really won't. So carry yourself with confidence. Don't worry about all of the tiny little small things that honestly, I'm pretty sure he doesn't care about either. Worry about the big stuff, like how good he's giving it to you. Alright, I hope you guys found this video helpful, that it did give you a little bit of boost, or, you know, it's going to help you let go of some of the smaller things that you've been working through in your head, the little insecurities that kind of nag at you. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, stay fabulous.